Allow me to tell you the story of a fearsome warrior and loyal servant of King David in the Old Testament. This is the story of Abishai, a powerful soldier of David's inner circle. Although the meaning of the name Abishai is uncertain, it is said to mean "my father is Jesse" or "father exists." Abishai is the eldest of three brothers, the others being Joab and Asahel. More on them in a later video. The three brothers were sons of David's sister, Zeruiah, which made them David's nephews. The life of Abishai in the Bible is highlighted in three separate scenes which reveal to us Abishai's character and personality. In the first scene, Abishai joined his uncle David in the wilderness as he fled from King Saul as an outlaw. One night, when David saw the opportunity, he asked for volunteers to sneak with him into Saul's camp. Abishai did not hesitate to go along with David, displaying his bravery and loyalty to the new king. When they found themselves in the middle of Saul's camp, hovering over his body as they all lay asleep, Abishai offered to kill King Saul, to pin him to the ground with one thrust of the spear. But David refused and calmed Abishai's eagerness to spill blood with the question, "Who can remain innocent after attacking the Lord's anointed one?" The second scene comes after the death of King Saul. At that time, Abishai and his brother Joab had experienced the loss of their brother Asahel, who was killed by Abner, Saul's chief commander. With Saul dead, Abner had eventually agreed to a truce with David to back him as the new king and therefore help David unite the kingdom of Israel by bringing the two armies under his rule. However, Abishai and Joab had developed a blood feud against Abner that simply would not allow this plan to work. Abishai assisted Joab in taking revenge by murdering Abner. David was so upset that he prayed a curse on Joab's family and mourned the death of Abner. In the third scene, Abishai and David are in another battle with the Philistines. David was in the heat of battle and became weak and exhausted in a fight against a giant. He was cornered and about to be killed, but Abishai steps in to slay the giant and save David's life. This displayed Abishai's loyalty to David and fearsome skill in battle. His skill is further venerated by him achieving the title of senior commander of David's army and being in charge of the 30, which was an elite corps of warriors in Israel. Abishai was also famous for his military exploits, most notably one in which he killed 300 men with his spear. He was a very lethal warrior who was always ready to enact violence on the king's enemies. Because of this, David often found himself having to restrain Abishai's thirst for blood, like during the time when David fled from his rebel son Absalom. A man named Shimei hurled insults and stones at David and his men. When Abishai insisted he go over there and cut off his head, David contrasted Abishai's desire for vengeance with a compassionate response. This contrast between David's peace-seeking attitude and Abishai's warrior spirit is seen throughout David's reign. As a result, the feuds that grew during David's reign seem to be blamed on Abishai and his brother Joab, however convenient their skills proved to be for David during his reign.
That is what I'm